Welcome back to Missin Curfew Up Dog, our first segment. It feels like we talk about this segment every week because guys are getting paid. It's back up the Brinks truck, brought to you by our good friends at GoodLife. We both got the GoodLife tarps on today.
Yeah, I want the long sleeve.
Yeah, it's nice. Roll it up a bit. You're not sweating?
Yeah,
You're not sweating?
No, I forgot my watch.
I'm sweating. Is the air conditioner on or what?
It's unfortunate because this red really makes like your either bracelets or watch pop.
Is that red?
It's kind of red.
Yeah. It's like a Cabernet. It's like a Cabernet almost, or what?
Pinot.
Pinot.
No,
It's nice.
But I said if I bought another dog eventually, I would call him Pinot or her. You like
What
that
about
name?
Camus?
That's a great name. Something in and around wine. I've
Yeah.
been drinking a lot of wine lately. Shout out to our boys at 36 Wines for what they sent us.
Unbelievable. If I get a dog, I've been thinking about getting a dog. I've talked to you about it. I'm on the side of not getting a dog. I'm gonna just continue with my single solo life and just worry about myself. You know, because if I had a dog on Sunday, let's be honest, it wouldn't be fair to the dog. You know,
Hey, dog, move
unless
over.
Bigger's coming down.
You're in
Bigger,
my
take my
spot.
fucking dog for a walk, brother, please. All right, I'll take you out for dinner. Take my dog for a walk. I say, fella, have a seat. We're not moving much today. So I still don't think I'm ready for a dog. But the two names I had are Camus and Jameson.
Those are great names.
Yeah.
And to share with our listeners the type of dog you'd want to get.
I would like to get a Basset Hound. That's what I had.
Basset
My parents had a Basset Hound. Finnegan was his name.
Yeah? So they're chill dogs too. Right?
Lazy fuckers. Great
Yeah.
dogs. Yeah.
Why
But
don't
when
you?
they go, they're hounds, right? That's when they get out there.
I ain't nothing but a hound dog.
When Finnegan would start running, he would run, but he's chill. He like to have a nice time.
I'd say it'd be good on you.
You think so?
You could bring him in here, give him a fucking hockey jersey, make him part of the squad.
Yeah.
Like Blue and Don Cherry.
What do you do if, like, I don't know, one of the boys call you up and say, hey, we're heading to...
Well, then you
just put him in a hotel?
you get him in the hotel, or you have like one of the girls that you hang out with on Friday or Saturday nights, late night.
I don't think that's... I don't think I trust any of them.
They'll all love the guy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that you get this cute little dog, and some of your friends are like, "Fuck,"
I guess you know when you know, because I've been looking online. I started following Basset Hounds with your advice on social media, and I haven't seen one yet that really like jumps out to me like, I want that fucker.
Like a breeder.
Like a breeder.
Yeah. I'll take your time.
Take your time.
No rush.
We got a little off topic there, but back up the Brinks truck, brought to you by our good friends at GoodLife. Promo code
Curfew.
Fucking Matty Barzel. It was funny that I think we were talking about this last week, just me and you shooting the shit. I wasn't sure if he was going to stay. Well, he's staying. Sweet Lou, the Godfather, did it again. 8 years, 73.2 bananas. You told me this morning you think he left a little on the table.
I do. I think he's going to be below, our friend Mac L, the analytic guy he is, sent me a message this morning. We were talking about it. Who he actually loves, Matty Barzel. Thinks he's a great kid, good head on his shoulders, hell of a hockey player, obviously.
Good hair.
Great hair. But say if the cap gets up $90 million in a couple of years, Obs, like that's not even 10% of your team's cap for a player that's arguably probably your best number 1A forward, with a lot of ceiling to him. I think it's a great deal. I think he, I would need to meet the kid to understand, like, do you really love Long Island that much? Like, did you not want to just go score 30 again and hit the market and go 5 years in like LA or, there's a lot of teams out there that are going to spend a lot of money when this cap goes up. What is your, what's your tie? Are you Kevin Connolly? Do you love the fucking Isle that much? Like, what is it?
If it was back in the day and Collins was rocking and rolling, I would say there just for that fact, because Collins will take you out. Collins is retired.
They got the new barn, right? They got the new barn. He's probably got a nice shack. He's only a 40-minute drive into the city.
Yeah, I would say
a lot of good things.
Yeah, I would say there's lots of good things about the island. And when we talked about Nazem Kadri, where he was going to sign, I thought Long Island was going to be the play when it wasn't Philly. When Philly couldn't make it work because of the cap, I said, why wouldn't you go to Long Island? They got a brand new barn. You're close to the city. Their team's still good. But for Matty Barzel, this one surprises me a bit in the fact that, the cap's going to go up. How long is Sweet Lou going to be there? I don't know. They got a new coach. I don't know. I just didn't think he would be in a hurry, although for 73.2 bananas, I would be in a hurry to sign that fucking deal too. I don't know. It just shows you that these guys want security, and as did we, right? I remember when you got your deal in Florida, how excited you were, right? You got the nice 4-year ticket or 5-year ticket. I get the security. With this one, I really thought he might test the market. But I think Long Island's a great place to play. I think the rink is beautiful. I haven't been there yet. Close to the city, like I said. I'm just disappointed in the lack of moves that they made to make their team, They lost to Tampa Bay 2 years in a row in Game 7. They're that close to fucking going to the Stanley Cup Finals. I think they've missed their window. They may prove me wrong, but hey, it is what it is. But I didn't think Barzal would be in a hurry to sign this extension.
Yeah, and interesting enough, Cap Friendly who has the deal up right now for 73.2. No signing bonuses.
Sweet Lou doesn't do signing bonuses or what?
Fuck, he's not. He's just tight on this old signing bonus.
Fucking Matty Barzel's from Coquitlam, British Columbia, eh?
Yeah, he's a good kid. Good Vancouver
kid. I gotta get to know this kid a little bit.
Who just signed that deal? That Huberdeau. I mean,
Huberdeau.
his is $80 million in signing bonus.
Yeah. Maybe Sweet Lou doesn't do that. Wow, there's none in signing bonus. You're right.
But I mean, congrats
Look
to
at this,
congrats to
9.1,
Matt. It's a good
9.1,
morning for the
9.1.
kid.
It's a great morning.
Actually, no, it was McKinnon's. That's all signing bonus. That deal's just stockpiled with some checks on July 1.
God, it must feel good to get that.
That's actually, you do have to back
Do you
up
want
the
it in
books.
signing bonus, or you want the money right away, right? Is that the best way to do it? Or how's the best
I
way?
often said, like, a guy, if you have a guy that plays on edge,
Yeah.
Shea Weber, you want him having all signing bonus because God forbid if he takes a suspension for 4 games.
Yeah.
It's, he can take this suspension for 4 games because he's not going to care. It's only like.
Was he a Jerry Joe guy? Yeah.
No,
No?
Webbs wasn't a Jerry Joe guy.
Oh,
but,
no.
but just picture like if Weber's making $10 million, he's not going to want to hit a guy fucking hard high. But if he's making
Because he doesn't want to
800,
get suspended.
and it costs him $2 million.
I see where you're coming from here.
But if he's making 800 in salary and he gets sussied and it's a 5-gamer,
Gotcha.
That's only 20 grand.
Never thought of it from that perspective.
I often did just because I was like, Jesus, these guys, eventually it goes 1 game out of 82 for the money. But
Yeah.
then it goes 1 game. I don't know.
No, I think you want it inside.
what
I
I'm
think you want it inside bonus.
Fucking
though.
right.
Yeah,
Get
I
that
think you
big
do.
check.
And I think when we're going to get next week we're going to go through the whole fucking league next week and pick our teams making the playoffs, this and that. Andres Lee's back. If he stays healthy, Brock Nelson, Josh Bailey, excuse me, Paul Mary. I mean, they got a good team. I don't know. I was just shocked. But congrats to him. Like you said, Mac El City's a beauty. So back on the Brinks truck, brought to you by our good friends at Good Life. Congrats to Matty Barzel. Dust off that Amex fella. Our next segment brought to you by our good friends at Lifeforce. I just called it Chuck and Duck Up, dog.
Chuck and duck, baby.
Chuck
by
and duck.
Lifeforce.
Like I used to do it back in the day. I would just chuck and duck and try not to get hit and hopefully not get knocked out. We talk about the lack there of fighting. Well, these boys came to camp ready to rock. There's been tons of fights. Braden Shen fought in preseason, which I respect so much. I don't know if I want my veteran guy like Shen or chucking him, but at the same time, I'm sure Chief doesn't hate it because
I think it gets you into the spirit of the season early, right?
I mean, I used to like to get
you
at
get
least
that one
yeah.
under the way, and
Yeah.
you're kind of like, there's no pressure to kind of get into one. You become engaged. You earn the respect from your teammates early,
time.
right?
Big time.
And even for a guy like that, it sends a message to the younger guys, right? You're a younger kid in training camp right now. You're seeing Braden Shen go out, stick up for one of his teammates, fight, and you're like, fuck, this is the National League. Like, this is actually, guys do this. You're coming out of junior, coming out of college, and you're like, fuck, this is, all right, we're with the big boys now.
Yeah, it's definitely a good trickle-down effect to your squad.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, Shenner's chucking them. I got to play a little harder. Even if I'm not a fighter, Braden Shen just got in a fight against Columbus on a Tuesday in fucking September.
Yeah.
Let's get going here, boys. There was a great clip that Princey put up of Berube chirping, telling Buchnese to pass the puck harder. I was
Yeah.
like, fucking A, Chief. Crispy Rice Spicy too. And he's like, Bucci, fucking pass the puck hard. That's NHL.
That's what you
That's
miss.
NHL.
That's what you miss about the game.
I miss giving a Crispy Rice pass. Yeah.
Yeah, and you miss like the sounds of it all. Don't you miss like the sound of practice? So
I
it's
don't
like-
miss the one lap they had to do.
Yeah, but you hear the pucks passing, and you hear the shots on net, and then you hear guys chirping, and you hear like yeah,
Yeah, I do miss that.
low,
Yeah.
like you, and then Chief go fuck you, fucking skate harder. It's like it's part of the game that it was embedded. It was like our music, right?
Yeah.
Every morning it's our music.
No, I do miss once you get through the fitness testing and all that fucking nonsense, and then you're in camp and you're in shape and you're fucking snapping it and you feel good. Yeah, I do miss that, of course. And the Blues, it was a great drill. They did a 3-on-2 transition drill, but that one lap up, I still hate that one lap. I don't get why coaches make fucking teams do it. It drives me crazy. And then listen, Corey Perry's chucking them, Big Rig's chucking them. The Nashville Tampa, that for a team that plays in a completely different conference, it has some bite to them. Wayne Simmons, Watson chucked them in the Battle of Ontario in Belleville, Ontario, where I used to play junior against the Belleville Bulls. And then Daniel Nurse was chucking him. Evander Kane was trying to get in there, but Nurse came in, fought this kid. Battle of Alberta. I mean, it just shows up, I guess my point being, people will still go out there and protect each other, and that's never going to change, which, to me, I love that.
It's hockey. It's not going anywhere. And I think, a fight that we're going to talk about right now, Adam Henrique, who, stuck up for his teammate as well. You listen to that and you're like, this is why, enforcers stay in the game. Right, Obs? This is why, there should be the guys stepping up on daily nights going, you know what, remember what you did to my guy last game? There's repercussions to pay. I'm going to be hard on your top players until you step up and face the music type deal, right? That keeps hockey honest, keeps it safe, in my opinion. It's done as men, so...
No, and I think, listen, it's changed from every era, and it's going to continue. Fighting's not that that big of it, but it would always be part of the game. And Trevor Zegras, a kid that we've grown to love. I think everyone in the NHL has grown to love.
Yep.
I turned the game on the other night, and he gets popped. And
you sent me that text, and it was a hard hit.
I love Zegs. It's a clean hit. Tries to make a move. Jan Yannick, I don't know who the fuck this kid is, but way to make a name for yourself, kid. Fucking go out and get Zegers. That's how you
make a name for yourself.
I don't know if you want to be on Missin Curfew, but Jan Yannick, whatever you are, bud, welcome to Missin Curfew. But easy on Z. He's fucking one of the boys. Great hit. Do the Ducks have enough team toughness? I like Adam Henrik going in there. I respect that. There's no Delorier. Big 1-5's retired.
No Manson.
I don't know.
I thought Henrique did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He got some elbows in there too. He threw the old tutu, missed the fist, get the elbow. He stepped up, and he's a good player. Arguably could be their captain. Could be Fowler, could be him, could be Shaddy, could be anybody. But he steps up. That trickles down. The Zegers. I just don't think. I don't think Yannick needs to do that in preseason.
You know what?
I don't think that's I'm
going to give some love to this kid because they got a guy that would have done it. I don't know if he played this game, but Sam Carrick. Mm-hmm. I love this kid. I've got to know him a little bit.
Big boy?
He's not that big, but he's tough and he's game. But he's not overly that big. But he's a gamer, so he would have got in there. And then Max Jones, another kid that's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's in Jones or not. I don't know him well enough yet to see it. He's been hurt a lot, and I don't know if he likes to chuck him. But still, when you have a kid like Zegras, I think you got to go out there and get somebody to come in here. The Colorado Avalanche, they have Curtis McDermott. Does he play every night? No. But, he's there.
Yeah.
I think Pat Verbeek really needs to address this moving forward, that you got to have somebody in that organization that legitimately can protect Trevor Zegras and the rest of the guys. I mean, not just Z, they're D, whoever, Drysdale. I mean, you got to protect these guys.
Yeah. It's a long season. And what does it cost you? $700,000?
Yeah.
To get a guy that's has a reputation.
I'll tell you what it costs you. I'll see what old Big McDermott's making.
I mean, you're not going to give Delorier what Philly gave him, but
no, but Delorier can play.
Yeah, and Delorier
not that Curtis McDermott can't, but Curtis McDermott, he's making $987. And he can play. He's actually, when he goes in there and plays D, Curtis McDermott he's a big stay-at-homer that fucking plays physical, and he's out there to protect the guys. So I just think, and I played for the Ducks for a little bit, in the organization for a long time, and live here. And one thing about the Ducks has always been, and I've said this podcast a lot and chirp Bob Murray. And deep down, I respect Bob Murray, but there's some things he did I didn't like. But one thing that Bob always did was have toughness on the ice for Ducks. And I just hope Pat Verbeek, I know he's coming in, it's a new era here of Ducks hockey, but let's not lose the identity of what the Ducks have had over the course of the last 15 to 20 years, right?
Well said.
So I just hope he brings somebody in to protect these guys.
Well said, Obs.
So Z's okay, though? You talking to him?
Yeah,
he's
right? It says tight back, eh?
Fuck.
Go see Amstuds, get worked on, you feel good.
Chuck and Duck brought to you by our good friends at Lifeforce. What's the promo code?
Promo code's Curfew, and shout out, there's been a lot of fans jumping on that, but as you should.
Yeah.
This is going to get you to rock and roll with that.
I know. What do I got to do again?
I did my second blood draw.
So do I have to do it?
I got my 80 biomarkers coming back.
They sent someone to my house?
Yeah. Come to your house, take your blood.
Shout out to I want to give the Ducks another little shout out there. Sorry. They're doing something really cool for the alumni. I think actually it's league wide. I think your boy Kelly Chase has something to do with it too.
Awesome.
They're giving physicals to retired players. So I haven't had a physical since I retired from playing hockey, which was 4 or 5 years ago. Monday I'm going in for a full physical. The Ducks are taking care of it. I think Kelly Chase has something to do. I think teams around the league.
Have they talked to you back about me coming in? What's the guy said?
I think he should just come in.
Yeah,
I got all the information. You just got to call there.
How many? Do you know how many other Ducks going in?
I don't.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
I don't. But I have all the information. The doctors that's doing it, it's down in Laguna. I'm sure.
Perfect.
I'm sure you can do it.
And for guys who are ex-players listening to this, hit up your old.
Yeah, I think it's league wide, boys.
Hit up your old NHLPA guys and find out where you can go.
Yeah,
because it's huge to take care of your body as we get going. Because every year we did have these tests.
Yeah,
and now we don't.
Yeah, it's just cool for them to. It seems like a little thing. Like people are probably like, oh, why can't you just go get your own physical? Probably could have, but when a team steps up and gets the doctor for me, and all I got to do is call this number and do it. It's greatly appreciated. That's all I'm saying. So good on the Ducks. Chris Loomis, he's a beauty. He's the one that's been doing it. So
cool.
I just want to give some shout out to that. So our next segment brought to you by our good friends at DraftKings. Promo code
Curfew Kings, baby.
It's just the National League up, dog.
It sure
the
is.
Fucking National League. What's going on around the league? We got some good stuff. We got some stuff that first and foremost, we got what's going on here with the St. Louis Blues. Inducted players, vote for the up dog. Can we vote for you?
I don't know what's
going on. Do you meet the criteria? What's going on?
If you don't, I think it's a great thing. They're introducing a St. Louis Blues Hall of Fame, yes, which is going to pay major acknowledgement to these guys who've given their heart and soul to the Blue Note, and there's a lot of them out there. McInnes, Bobby Gassoff, Bobby Plager, Barclay Plager, Brian Sutter, Brett Hall, Federico Pronger. I mean, legends, right? Legends to play that. And then there's a cast your vote. And Princey found this out, which I think is
I think Maxie found her. Didn't you, Maxie?
I was doing some work on the Missing Curfew Twitter and found this. So.
Yeah, Maxie.
So a few names here: Pavel Demitra,
God
Scotty Bowman,
one of my favorite.
Barrett Jackman, Curtis Joseph, Adam Oates, Al Barber, Bacchus, Pierre Turgeon, Kachuk, my boy Alexander Steen, who I've already put in a vote for Alexander Steen. They do meet the criteria, and unfortunately, the updog doesn't. So,
what?
I mean, we could just hammer the vote anyways to the listeners out there. If you like what the updog
we're
was doing,
we're going live tour. We don't care about criteria. We want fucking world ranking points. I'm voting for the updog. How do I vote? I'm doing it right now.
It says in order to be eligible for the Blues Hall of Fame, the player must have at least 3 seasons or 200 games played. That's check mark.
Okay, we got one.
I got
check that box.
Officially retired from the NHL. Although sometimes I still want to play, I check that one too. Demonstrated exceptional attributes in the areas of playing ability, sportsmanship, character, and contributions to the St. Louis Blues.
2 of 4, though.
I think I got that one too. I think
2
I got
out of
that
4.
one, especially if this is on and off ice.
Yeah.
I crushed that one too.
Okay, we'll give you that one. That's 3.
That's 3 of 3. Then there's this one: won a Stanley Cup or a major NHL award during the tenure with the St. Louis Blues.
Well, I would say
that
this.
I would say
this. You didn't win one, but I do remember when they did win one. From Steiner to Bobo to the Fact Daddy to down the list, it goes on and on. They did say you had a lot to do with building the culture there. So technically you didn't win one, but I'm going to give you your boys won one. I'm going to give you half a check.
I get
half
3.5 check
3.5 check marks. I think that should get
pretty good.
And then let's give you a fucking big old check mark for off the ice, okay? Because
where is that other bullet point?
You should be a Hall of Famer for the fact that you lived there for how many years?
I had to live there for 3.5.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
And you made the best of it.
I sure
You
did.
made the best of it.
Loved every second.
You loved every second of it.
Great guys, great town.
You got my vote, bud.
Yeah. Thanks,
but
bud.
I will say this about the Blues, and everyone loves it that played there. People go back there. Their alumni is great. They do a great job there. So
some of the best.
Good on them. Vote for the up dog. Another thing I saw, if the Blues people are listening, I saw a Fact Daddy T-shirt, Ryan O'Reilly T-shirt. I guess I could buy one, but maybe just send us a couple.
Yeah.
Double XL for me. What size are you up dog? Large?
I'm a large.
It's got the Fact Daddy's mug right on it. It's a great shirt. So Blues, if you're listening, vote for the up dog, and we will take a couple of those tarps. NHL Global Series uppy. I saw them playing the other night, brought me back to my time when I went over there with Bugsy Malone and Mike Smith, and we went out 10 straight nights, and the next thing I know, I got traded. We were in Prague. What a city. This happened in Bern. Roman Josi, Nashville Predators were in there. The atmosphere was unbelievable. The barn was rocking. The love that Roman Josi got, Nino Niederreiter. I mean, you played in Switzerland. It's just a great country, a great league, and a good look on SC Bern. I thought it was awesome.
Buddy, the OCs, the send-off, and being in Switzerland and playing there, and the understanding how the crowd works and how they just love the engagement from the players, whether it's after the game, during power plays, when you come out for warm-up, when you leave the rink at night. Like I'll go into these games where we would play Lugano, and it was basically the Lugano versus Ombre battle, right? And it happened 2 or 3 times a year. The fans before the game, it'd be a full blown bash outside in the middle of winter, right? It was such an awesome atmosphere. So to see, these teams, and when I went back to Prague, I had Peter Pruka on my team in Czech. We had a couple Czechos that it was almost like their homecoming, right?
Yeah.
Josi gets to go back there, and it was
awesome.
It's his hometown. It's a place where he grew up, and these fans finally get to see like the Olympian, the guy that's the face of Switzerland hockey to play there. And it was great, and I guess a good game. 3-2 Preds.
It was a great game. I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Sven Barchi, who was playing for SC Bern. Barch, man, he may be the only guy that hates Bob Hartley more than me. I still think Bob Hartley ruined his kid's career, but he's a great kid. He was playing on the Bern team. The atmosphere, if people in North America, if you haven't seen a European game like Switzerland or Sweden or Finland, even Austria, it's not quite as good as hockey, but the fans are great. I think if you asked every one of those players up, dog, from Nashville that played in it, it was just an unbelievable thing. So good on the NHL, good on Switzerland. Uppy, one thing I wanted to touch with you on is, we got 32 teams in the National League now. There was a poll came out that players want to go back to the old way of the no wild card 1 through 8.
Playoff edition.
Playoff edition.
Yeah.
And I think everyone would agree with that, right? Like when we were in the league, it was 1 through 8, 1, 2, 3 were the division teams, and away you go. Now, I guess my question to you is, do we need more teams in the playoffs maybe? We're about to start the regular season here next week. I think it's time to think about maybe some more playing games. We're about to see it with baseball. We just talked about the Jays. There's a wild card series. We're excited about it. I think it's time for the NHL to think about a little bit more playoff hockey if they can. I know it's 4 rounds. It's long as is.
Yeah.
The guys that win it are probably like, shut up, Obs. Fuck, it's hard enough. But as a fan now, I wouldn't mind a play-in series.
I think like a 2-game play-in series.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, but that might take up a little too much time. Like maybe it's a 1-gamer.
I'm fine with
maybe it's
that.
a 1-gamer or 2-gamer with the goal counts.
I'm even fine with a 1-gamer Game 7 mentality. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because you still want to probably give. I guess no one's getting a bye. I think if you
No
finish,
buys.
You don't think there should be a bye for maybe the best of. If there is a best of 3 edition, maybe the top 2 teams in the divisions get buys. So there's 8 teams that get a bye for the first 3 best of 3 playoff. Right? They get 5 days off.
Yeah.
That could work.
That could work.
Otherwise, you need to have like 4 1-game series. And then those guys get in on the last spot.
Yeah,
it adds 4 more teams basically to what would be your 16-man playoff.
That'd be a great fucking Game 7 mentality, though. 1 game.
Yeah,
play
over
to get you in.
over 2 nights, there's 4 games.
4 games.
Fucking just rock and roll.
Here we go.
We're on to something. And it's
something
no
we
secret sauce that's fucking exciting for the fans, and it works in other sports,
Yeah.
right? NBA's done it now, and baseball's doing it.
I mean, with 32 teams now, it's fucking hard to make the playoffs. Like people, I don't know if people out there realize how hard it is to get in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's fucking hard. And I've had this argument with Cooley a bunch. He's like, no more playoff teams. I'm like, Cooley, you give everything you got for 82 games and you miss out by a point. You're like, fuck, we're just as good as, I don't know, Dallas was last year that got in or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's something I think the league should think about because these teams are so close now. Like, for example, last year, the Vancouver Canucks, you don't think they deserved to get in the playoffs the second half they had? They were one of the best fucking teams. They just ran out of real estate. So as a fan, I'm all for a little 1-game plan or something. But it was a good article on ESPN. I'm not sure the guy who wrote it.
Yeah.
Do we have his name? But it was interesting. So something else that's interesting, Updog, is Sheldon Keefe. He's got, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. He's got Mitch Marner practicing on defense 5-on-5. And the last thing I thought about was Sergei Fedorov. Sergei did this back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, listen, they're banged up on defense. This is why this started. They got like 5 guys out. So it's not like he just came out of nowhere. He's just like, we'll give Marner a try. Do you think this is...
5 guys out? Huh?
They got, so Muzzin's out,
You would think
Ben's out.
You would think these guys went deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Ben's out, Muzzin's out, and then, they got like 3 or 4 veteran guys out. So he gave Marner a try.
You know what? I watched Mitch Marner's game. I think he's just as good, like, on the defensive side of the puck from like taking pucks away and angles and I wouldn't say skating backwards, but watching him on like a PK, like he thinks the game just as good offensively as he does defensively. Yeah, no, he's not physical, but like I think he could probably play that.
But he's so smart that he could.
He's so smart. He doesn't like get tired. He just skates and skates.
Yeah.
And,
him and Morgan Riley would be a nice deep pair going D to D, though.
So,
that would be. I mean, Fedorov did it back in the day and looked good.
I mean, there's no fucking hitting anyway.
No.
So it's not like, it's not like you need to be the biggest fucking defenseman out there anyway.
And you don't have to worry about Scotty Upshall coming down on Mitch Marner and burying him and putting him out 4 to 6 weeks, right? Like if I was the GM or owner, I'm like, do I really want Mitch Marner going back for pucks?
Yeah.
Well, there's not really forechecking anymore, so it's
No.
not like he's going to get hurt.
No.
I just think Sheldon Keefe, less is more up there, buddy.
Yeah.
Like right now, I think I don't know if he's just trying to get it away from everything else they've talked about. Like you said, they haven't been in a long playoff run. It caught me off guard a little bit. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what goes on up there. So if we do see Mitch Marner playing D, I'm interested to see how it works. I think you're right about the defensive side and making plays. But if I was on the other team, I would want to forecheck him hard.
Yeah.
Like how hard would you
But
forecheck him?
add just, 3 great forwards on the ice. And Marner's not one of them, but he gets to be on the ice with them.
No, it's
And it makes sense, but then you could argue that everyone should just put out fucking 5 forwards. And no one should play D. Which is kind of the way the league's gone anyway.
yeah, that's true. But then you put him out there with so you got Matthews, Nylander, and I guess Bunting, right? And then you throw out Morgan Riley and Mitch Marner. I mean, you're going to probably have the puck the whole shift, right? So
Yeah.
it's thinking outside the box, which you got to give Sheldon Keefe credit for. I'm interested to see what goes on up there this year, up dog. A couple PTOs sitting here with Mr. PTO himself. Nathan Beaulieu, 1-year deal, $850 with the Ducks. I think it's a great signing.
Yeah, it is.
Calvin DeHaan got a 1-year deal, $850 with. It's funny because this was the time where you kind of know, right? Like I remember when I was staying at your house in Florida, this time of training camp with a week left, and I still didn't have a deal. I was like, I'm in 1-ups. I'm not getting a deal. I'm not getting a one-way. So for these guys to get it, it's got to feel good. James Neal, the real deal, James Neal, cut by the Blue Jackets. And I love John Tortorella for many reasons. He cut Antoine Roussel in about 2 days. I don't know what Roussel did, but he cut him right away. So,
And they're pretty banged up there too, right? So that
I thought Roussel might have got a bit of a better look. I don't know what went on there, but for him to get cut that quick, I was surprised.
Yeah, you obviously know that when that's the case, you obviously weren't part of the plan.
Yeah.
Because usually they want you there to.
Then why bring him in though? Like as much, and I
add a
respect
body
Roussel,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
don't bring a veteran guy in if you're not going to really give him a look.
Yeah, I know. It's something I dealt with, and I'm like, I question that too. But then I'm like, but they also gave me the fucking spot. They gave me a chance to.
When you
to be-
signed your PTO, you did technically sign a 2-way, right, with the Blues that first year, or no? Was it a 2-way technically?
yeah, I think it was.
I think it was, and then you just never went down,
Yeah, they said it. I think it had to have been a 2-way.
which is crazy, really.
Yeah, me and Gomer both signed, I think, 2-ways. It's fucking crazy. Yeah,
I know. I signed a 2-way, and I was fucking sent down the next day, but
I turned it into 3 more years. But
oh, it was great.
crazy.
I just remember you saying it's 2-way O's, but they're telling me they're not going to send me down. I was like, they never did. So, real quick, some sad news in Ottawa. Fuck, I talked last week to you about they got to get off to a good start. Well, Cam Talbot out 5 to 7 weeks with upper body injury. I don't know. It just seems like these guys can't catch a break up there. I thought picking up Talbot was huge. We'll see, up dog. 5 to 7 weeks he's gone, so that sucks for them. Like
What's their backup? What do we got?
We'll ask our guest coming up here,
Yeah,
Nick,
yeah.
the Golden
Oh, yeah,
Muzzy
'cause it'll
Fantasy.
It'll be a last
It's
round pick.
Forsberg or something. We can look right here, actually. Let me look. But he tweeted something out about it. Let me look. Yeah, Anton Forsberg is their backup goalie, making 2.7 bananas. He's a waiver claim. It just sucks in Ottawa. Like, you're all fired up. You got Talbot, and then he gets hurt. I don't know. I feel bad for them.
A lot of
I
guys
love Brady
banged up.
Tkachuk. Banged up.
I know, Brady. Yeah, they're gonna have a good squad no matter what.
I don't know. They got to get off to a good start there. They're fucking in one. So, up dog, that was the National League presented by our good friends at DraftKings, promo code.
Curfew Kings.
And then last but not least here, Curfew Calls presented by Cannadips, promo code Curfew Cali. I got a nice watermelon in right now. These watermelon ones are unreal. You want one?
Fire. I got coffee.
Curfew Calls, baby. I think it's sticking. I think the name's sticking, right? Is it official? Banger, Maxi, Curfew
Yeah,
Calls?
we're sticking with it.
We're sticking with it. It seems to be picking up some traction.
Yeah, there's a few.
We got some beauties
Should we
calling
just
in.
pick them out of a hat right now? Let's pick them out of a hat.
Yeah, so this is your chance out there to call in with a story, chirp us, tell us what happened your weekend, want some advice, rip some players. Curfew Calls, baby. What do we got, Maxi?
Here we go with our first one.
Shop boys.
Curfew Calls.
I'm sure you've heard about the eating booty going around. My question for you boys is, what's it take for you to eat the booty? And you just go out with the girl to get some Indian. Are you gonna eat that ass, or just be like, you just jump in the shower and maybe we'll think about it.
Well, that's off to a great start. This week's Curfew Calls.
He goes,
What was his name? Did we get a name?
What was his name, Max?
His name's Sean McLaughlin.
Sean McLaughlin.
Holy shit.
Fuck, I wonder if
Those
he's ready to back
McLaughlin
out.
brothers.
Those McLaughlin guys are fucking... He
So eating booty.
Eating ass, even if you take her out for Indian food, he's...
I gotta say, I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about eating booty online.
Yeah.
There is. I think the kids are doing it. I think it's this new thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Does it have to do with like I've heard some guys, some friends, some people I know that have gotten some throat cancer from eating vagina. So now do you just go right? I don't know. Is that what they're doing
If
now?
you dive into that, you might want to get an extra couple checkups a year.
I would
keep
say
a Z-Pack,
I would say I
keep a
got
Z-Pack around you probably at all times.
yeah, I got no problem eating the booty. No,
Yeah, I mean it's part of the.
I got one girl in mind I'm thinking about right now. Actually, that I used to love doing it too. Sean McLaughlin, your beauty. I guess
Your booty?
Your booty.
Hey.
We got no problem with eating ass here at Mr. Curfew. I'll be honest. Next.
All right, we got a response to one of our segments from last week here from Ryan Smith.
Fellas, I'm glad you're bringing up this serious conversation of circumcisions. I was 21 years old. I was given to my old lady after the bar. I felt a pop almost, like when you tear your ACL or pop your shoulder out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, like a true man, I finished the job. She goes in the bathroom, takes a leak, comes back. She goes, I'm bleeding. I don't know what's going on. I said, babe, it's not you. It's me. I moved my hands. She's a nursing student. I have blood everywhere. She's like, we got to go to the hospital. My fucking luck. One of my good friend's moms worked in the ER that day. Go there. She's like, what's going on? I move my hands. She's like, I'll get you to see a doctor right away. So, go see the doctor, pull my pants down. He starts laughing at me. I'm like, it's not a funny situation. He's like, no. He's like, you're going to look like a porn star for about a week or so. So, get snipped. You feel the sensation, the burning. You smell your own dick on fire. You walk out of there just in the most amount of pain. They give you these anti-boner pills. And I forgot to take it one day. Woke up, wet dream, and ripped my stitches. It was a hell of a time. Glad you guys brought up the serious subject.
Oh,
Good luck, fellas.
Oh, you poor fucker.
What's his name?
Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith.
Not to be mistaken
No,
for
yeah.
Captain Canada.
Yeah, who I used to hate.
Where do we start? How about by not ever taking an anti-boner pill?
Yeah, what
Unless
is what's an
but in this
anti-boner
case,
pill?
do
That's the
not
last thing I need in my life right
yeah,
now.
but do not forget. In this case,
So what? He woke up with a morning
he
chub.
said
and
he
just
got the
ripped
wet
his-
dream, and then he went, full throttle and just ripped it all. That's tough. That's
It's a tough way to start your morning.
so. Let me get this straight. He was thumping his girl, and he
She went in the
hadn't
ba-
been.
she went in the
circumcised.
bathroom.
No, but he hadn't been circumcised, so he must have tore like part of the skin, and then he had to get circumcised.
I don't know, but that just
He said he heard a pop, so something happened when he was on the inside and
Yeah, so
went
then,
downhill
so then
from
the
there.
doctor's like, we're gonna snip you now. Wow. So he's like 31, I think he said. That's nuts.
that is nuts.
So we were bringing back all the pain with our stories last week, I guess. Huh?
I don't know, but I mean, just I didn't even know they made anti-boner pills. I mean,
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. What do you just drink too much, or what? Why would you be anti-boner pills?
It's just straight whiskey. It's a whiskey. and a
whiskey
pill.
dick. I had one of those. I had one of those Saturday night, for fuck's sakes. Smitty, better days ahead. Hang in there, fella. What do we got, Maxie?
We got one more today. Our last one here. This beauty from St. Louis has a story
How
with
does
the
it talk?
I
update.
always knew our listeners were beauties, but this confirms it.
Fellas, you two
They
beauties.
do the fella.
I love missing curfew. I listen to you guys every Thursday. This is Zach from St. Louis. I got a quick
Zach.
story. I used to bartend at this place called Wheelhouse. And
nice
I
establishment.
think it was Bobo, Colton Pareko, and Uppy in there doing car bombs one afternoon. Next thing you know, Updog's got his shirt off doing headstands for all the ladies. Good times, good times.
Sounds about right.
I got a quick question. What's it going to take for you two beauties to get in a sandbagger against the Chiclet boys over there? I think that would make for some great content. As always, rest in peace, Jimmy. I'm out. Later.
Great
Zach,
call, Zach.
What up?
What a pro.
up, Zach? Wheelhouse, by the way. Wheelhouse,
Good
great
bar?
bar. double decker, VIP up top, 2 big bars, all the St. Louis's finest in there.
I gotta be
right
honest,
next to the ballpark. Good spot.
It's been a while since I see the top shirt off headstand from the up dock. It's been a while. Like
my headstand days are a little.
I'm trying to think of like the last time I saw it. It's got to be a year ago at least, maybe more.
Yeah.
He used to break it out every weekend.
I know.
Every weekend he'd break it out, boys. Every Friday, Saturday, and it was impressive. He was good at it. Like you never really hurt yourself, did you?
No, I would just find different areas to do it on.
Yeah.
I've done some crazy spots. I think my craziest time I ever did it was in Portugal, in the middle of the street, on this bar stool. We were drinking with all these like locals there, me, Loops, and our girls at the time. And I grabbed a bar stool, no wider than that, and I in the middle of the street did the headstand straight up, and I had all these these Portuguese, or what do you call them? Yeah, from Portugal.
Portuguese, yeah.
They were locals.
Yeah, Portuguese.
And they were like a round of shots and beers, and so
Yeah. No, you were good at it. Didn't you do it on the
challenge.
Duffy one time too? You did it on the Duffy, like on the back of the Duffy, where if you would have fallen in the water, you did, but you didn't. It was impressive.
Yeah, good core. So
Sandbagger. I don't know.
we've kind of thrown it out there.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. Our golf game, I think we would tune the boys in.
I just don't think Witt wants you bombing.
Witt just won I saw it. I actually sent him a message. Congrats. He won a tournament this morning. I saw it on his Instagram.
Nice.
So congrats, Witt. But yeah, like boys, if you want to have it, like let's do it. I mean, it's up to them though. They do a great job with the film crew, and it's a entertaining thing. And I think we kicked their ass. That's what I'd say.
I think for sure that you just. I don't know if Witt wants you bombing it past them all day.
Bomb and
Like
drivers
you're
past
gonna hit it like 340. I don't know how far Witt hits it. From what I've seen of his,
He's got good game.
he's really good. He's a scratch.
Yeah.
But like, does he want him? Does he want the up dog bombing it past him all day? I mean, listen, it gets to you. I know Witt. I every Friday I play with him, he bombs it past me. So we would obviously
We
be
would
honored.
host him at our club in Cali.
We'd be honored to play against him. Yeah. And what do you think Biz's handicap is? 15 or
Well,
something?
he's the sandbagger. That's why it's called the sandbagger.
Because he's better than he. Yeah, that does that.
No, I'd say he's probably a 14.
You just play some golf. with him,
14,
Scott,
15. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played with him in a long time, but he's going to make a couple putts.
I would say the time to get us was they probably missed their window. I've been battling a bad fucking arm. You just had another kid. You might have missed your window, boys, if you were going to get us, because we haven't been playing a lot of golf. Although we are playing Riviera tomorrow, thanks to K-Wash. What a beauty. So,
Yeah.
Zach, thank you. Biz and Witt, you guys are fucking beauties. Anytime we'd be honored. Curfew Calls was presented by Cannadips. Promo code Curfew Cali. Updog, our listeners, I knew they were beauties. Curfew Call is proving it even more.
And fans, if you guys want to jump in and join the Curfew Calls episode, feel free. Jump on. I think it's Max. Where is it? It's all over our Instagram. Yeah.
Missioncurfew.com/curfew calls.
There you go. Jump on. Leave us a 1 and 15-second message. That's the longest you have to tell your story. And if you keep it up, this heat. I mean, this was a rock star trio here.
It was
today.
awesome. They killed it. It's missioncurfew.com/curfew calls. Send it, fella. Send it.
Yes, sir.
Our guest, the Golden Muzzy, coming up next to talk a little NHL fantasy hockey.